Have you ever wondered why some people and organizations inspire while others don't? What sets apart leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., companies like Apple, or movements like the fight for women's rights? The secret lies in a simple yet profound concept, starting with why. Hello, everyone. Today we are diving into Simon Sinek's influential book, Start with Why. This book is not just a guide for businesses, it's a roadmap for anyone who wants to inspire, lead, and leave a meaningful impact. Simon Sinek argues that success is not just about what you do or how you do it. Instead, it's about understanding and communicating your why, your purpose, cause, or belief. Through these powerful examples or instances, neuroscience, and practical insights, this book teaches that when you start with the why, you don't just sell the product or lead team. You create movements, foster loyalty, and drive meaningful change. So whether you are a student, a professional, or an entrepreneur, this video will help you to understand how why can transform your approach to life and work. Let's begin. So, at the core of the Simon Sinek's book is the Golden Circle, a model that explains how great leaders and organizations communicate. It's made up of three layers. So, this is what the Golden Circle, a revolutionary framework that I'm gonna now going to discuss. Right. First is it's made up of three layers. So, first layer is the what you do or produce. This is the easiest to articulate. This is the easiest to articulate. For example, a tech company might say, we make laptops. Second layer is the how you do it differently. This represents the method and processes that set you apart. For instance, the company, the same company maybe or might be highlights their innovative engineering or sleek designs. And third layer is the why, your purpose, your cause, or belief. This is the deepest layer, representing your core motivation. It answers the question, why do you exist? For this tech company, the why could be to empower people to express their creativity through technology. The key insights is that most organizations work from the outside in. They start with their what and work their way inward. However, inspirational leaders and companies like Apple work from the inside out. They start with their why, which connects emotionally with people, and only then move to the how and the what. This is what the simple difference is. And take a, take a Apple. Take Apple as an example. Apple Incorporation, I'm talking about here, not a fruit. Apple is in a company. So Apple doesn't just sell phones or laptops. Apple does not just sell phones and laptops. Their why is to challenge the status quo and think differently. These beliefs drive everything they do, from the minimalist design of their product to their marketing campaigns that celebrate creativity and individuality. Their how user friendly technology and their what devices like the iPhone are simply the means to express their purpose. This inside out approach is why Apple has loyal fans who eagerly wait for their new releases, even when there are cheaper alternatives also available. It's not just a product, it's a movement rooted in shared value. Now, why purpose? trumps product. Most of One of the most striking idea in Start With Why book is that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Simon Sinek emphasizes that purpose is far more powerful than product when it comes to inspiring loyalty. This insight is grounded in neuroscience, the part of the brain responsible for decision making is the limbic brain. LIMBIC, limbic brain. You can Google it for better understanding about limbic brain, right? It's responsible for decision making. So, the part of the brain that responsible for decision making is limbic brain, which processes emotions but not language. When a company communicates its why, it appeals directly to this emotional center, creating trust and loyalty. In contrast, the neocortex, a rational part of our brain, sorry, in contrast, neocortex, the rational part of our brain, processes that what. While logic is important, it rarely drives deep connection. Let's understand with real example. Consider Patagonia. Consider Patagonia, the outdoor clothing brand. Patagonia's why is to save the planet. They encourage customers to buy fewer products, repair old ones, and even participate in environmental activism. This clear sense of purpose has created a loyal community of customers who feel they are part of something bigger than just buying a jacket. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? Now compare this to a generic clothing company that focuses only on its what? Selling clothes. Without a deep without deeper purpose, it's just another brand in a crowded market, competing on price and features alone. Purpose makes all the differences. So purpose makes all the differences. It's the important thing. Now let's delve deeper into the science behind why. The limbic brain plays a crucial role in shaping human behavior. It's responsible for emotions, decision making, and trust. Yet it doesn't process words or numbers. This is why emotional appeals resonate more than logical arguments. Think about politicians or activists who inspire movements. Martin Luther King Jr., for example, didn't start his speech by listing policy proposals. He said, I have a dream. His dream, a world where people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, tapped into the emotional core of millions, inspiring them to join the civil rights movement. In the business world, brands like Harley Davidson also leverage the limbic brain. Harley Davidson doesn't just sell motorcycles, they sell freedom, rebellion, and the open door. Sorry, the open roads. So they sell basically in nutshell, sell freedom, rebellion, and the last one is open road. This is what the Harley Davidson do. Now, their why to help people express their individuality and escape conformity creates an emotional bond with their customers that transcends the product itself. Now, uncovering your why is deeply personal process, but it's essential for leading a fulfilling life and career. Simon Sinek offers practical steps to find your purpose. Number one is reflect on your life's defining moments. Think about times when you felt most alive or proud. Hope you are thinking. So, what what were you doing and why did it matter? For example, if you felt happiest when teaching, your might sorry, your why might involve empowering others through knowledge. Are you getting my point? If you felt happiest when teaching, your why might involve empowering others through knowledge. This is what the first thing is, reflect on your life's defining moment. That's what I told you earlier, that you need to felt most alive or proud moment of your life. Then you will get some sort of idea about this. So this is what the first thing of discovering your own why. Second is, in discovering your own why, second thing is ask the 5 whys. Start with a surface level goals like I want to start a business, and keep asking why until you reach the deeper motivation. For instance, if your ultimate answer is to make the world more sustainable, that's your why. Now, third is craft a why statement. Third is, in discovering your own why, is craft a why statement. Your why should be simple, clear, and actionable. For example, to inspire people to take better care of their mental health by creating resources that make therapy accessible. This clarity will guide your decision and inspire those around you. So, next, real world examples of why in actions. We need to discuss about this segment also. So, Simon Sinek's book is full of inspiring examples of individuals and organizations who succeed by starting with why, right? So, first is the Wright brothers. It's a very famous name. We all are aware about who is Wright brothers. So, let's understand what exactly Simon Sinek's trying to sing about this example that he mentioned in his book. So, the Wright brothers, unlike their competitor Samuel Langley, who was focused on a fame and fortune, the what in bracket, right? Simon Langley was the competitor of the Wright brothers, who was focused on the fame and fortune. So, Simon Sinek here mentioned fortune as the what, WHAT in brackets, right? And the Wright brothers were driven by a dream to make a human flight possible. Their why gave them the passion and perseverance to achieve what seemed impossible. Second example is Southwest Airline. It's also very famous, right? So Southwest Airlines, their why is to democratize air travel. So Southwest Airlines, their why is very simple, that to democratize air travel, making it affordable for everybody, everyday people, those who traveling via airlines, right? And even for common people also, so they can also afford air travel, airplanes. So this purpose drives their business model from low fares to friendly services or setting them apart from competitors who focus solely on profits. Now, third is Tom's shoes. Tom's why is to improve lips. For every pair of shoes they sell, they donate a pair to someone in need. This clear purpose not only drives sales but also creates a loyal customer base who feels they are contributing to a meaningful cause. These are some organization or individual examples who succeeded by starting with why. Now, when organizations lose sight of their why, they risk losing everything. Simon Sinek's point out that many once successful companies failed because they prioritize short-term gains over long-term purpose. We have a lot of real examples, so we need to discuss about at least one example. So let's discuss a real-term example, real life example. Blockbuster was a giant in the video rental industry, but its what renting DVDs become irrelevant with the rise of streaming. Netflix, on the other hand, stay true to its why, to deliver entertainment conveniently by focusing on purpose rather than product. So Netflix innovated and thrived while Blockbuster disappeared. This is the first thing in danger of losing your why. If you lose your why, if you have, so this type of consequences you will also face in future. This is what the Simon Singh's trying to sing, if I am not wrong. Otherwise, you need to read a whole book after listening this my audio recording. Okay. Another example is Kodak. We all are very aware about what exactly the Kodak is. I mean, was. You consider anything is or was. So another example is Kodak, which invented the digital camera but failed to embrace it, thereby to preserve memories, was overshadowed by their fear of cannibalizing their film business. Companies that lose their why often fail to adapt to change. Now, how can you apply these lessons? Start with why in your life. So, how can you apply these lessons? This is what the thing is. So, start by identifying your why and using it as in a compass of your decisions. Whether you are leading a team, launching a business, or navigating personal challenges, your why will give you clarity and direction. For example, imagine you are a student unsure about your career path. Reflecting on your why might reveal that you are passionate about environmental sustainability. This might, or this insight, not might, this insights can guide you towards careers or projects that align right with your response, such as working in renewable energy or launching a recycling initiative. All right, as in a leader, clearly communicating your why to inspire your team. For example, if you are managing a non-profit, articulate your mission to provide education for underprivileged children and ensure every project aligned with this goal. Purpose driven leadership creates trust. It creates trust, motivation, and loyalty. So, in conclusion, Start with Why is more than a business book, it's a manifesto for meaningful living. By starting with why, you can inspire others, build loyalty, and create lasting impact. Remember, people don't follow what you do, they follow why you do it. And why is very important in our daily life also. So, what's your why? Reflect on it, embrace it, and let it guide you. As Simon Sinek says, working hard for something we don't care about it is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope this video or podcast inspire you wherever you listen, on YouTube, on Spotify, or on Substack, in audio format or in a video format. It will inspire you to find your why and share it with someone maybe who need it, right? Or until next time, keep striving for purpose and excellence. So again, in last, thanks for watching and listening.